Greetings everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. And in today's episode, I'll be covering the news about Charlie Kirk leaving out his wife Erika Kirk of the family will. And you're getting to see that this news has been spreading like wildfire across various social media platforms with claims that he did this after finding out that Erika Kirk was having a secret relationship with another dude that is shortly before his passing, and also that he was secretly filing for a divorce before he met his face. Well, kindly watch the rest of this episode to see how Americans are reacting to it while I come with my commentaries at the end of this episode.
Erika Kirk was having an affair, which is why Charlie Cook took her out of the will. So allegedly, the story is that Erika Kirk was having an affair. Charlie hired a private investigator to kind of follow her and see what was going on. And then he took her out of the will. So Turning Point USA, all of the merch, none of that goes to her at all. It just goes to their two children. And boy, did they make a lot of money on that merch too. And mind you, he did this before he was assassinated. So I don't know, man. Some people are saying he found out kind of who Erika Kirk was, like who she really is, and that's why everything went downhill. Which is insane, because if you look at photos of them, you're like, that is the perfect marriage. That's the perfect life. They have two healthy, beautiful children. I mean, all their family photos look like this. So Erika supposedly starts screaming at the lawyers when she finds out that she was left with no money. But mind you, she was mad that Candace Owens allegedly was making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the assassination and everything going on, telling her side of the story, etc. But mind you, Erika Kirk said, and it was recorded, that this assassination was the event of a century. But the weird part, other than that statement itself, that was weird. The other weird part is she said, we could pull off the event of a century. That's weird. What do you mean we could pull it off? What do you mean?
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century.
Then talking about merch sales, like merchandise, this is what she said.
We had over 275,000 people. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales.
What? I know he left his will to his children, but I think he should have just given some to Candace Owens. I think that would have been funny.
Candace Owens said Black History Month she will not be a slave. And Charlie Kirk is making moves from the grave. Huh? Candace Owens said Black History Month she will not be a slave, while Charlie Kirk is making moves from the grave. Listen, early morning, y'all know this gotta be something for me to be there up this early. First of all, Charlie Kirk found out allegedly that Erika Kirk was having an affair on him. So guess what Charlie Kirk did? In silence, he took her out of the will. Now, this had just come to the light. Not only that, apparently it's alleged news going around that Charlie Kirk kids wasn't his. Now, it's a whole backstory that Candace Owens did on her page, which I will be covering on the morning show today at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all tune in. But apparently, it's a whole deal that was going on behind Candace Owens' back when she was partnering with Charlie, a way to help out another country, which they saying is France, allegedly. But Candace Owens is saying that all this was going on behind her back. And actually, when Charlie Kirk turned down the deal, allegedly, Erika Kirk went behind his back, and it might not just be an assassination. Allegedly, somebody who he knows and might have slept next to might have been involved with all of this. Y'all, it's getting messy, okay? Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. But listen, Charlie, if you do something, talk to us through the grave, baby. Come in our dreams, yes. I'm just going to bring y'all the news. We'll be talking about this 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the morning show. I'm just the messenger.
Hey, so what do you mean Erika Kirk was written out of Charlie Kirk's will because she was having a secret affair? What? Recently, Charlie Kirk's will was read and distributed, and before he died, Erika Kirk was written out of the will because Charlie hired a private investigator to see if she was cheating on him, and she was! All of his assets, everything, his shares, everything he owns is going to his children and not to his wife. She really was celebrating with those fireworks. She was just trying to make the most money possible before the will was unveiled. Oh my god! Apparently Erika just found out and is like, well, they're my kids and I need the money, so I should get it anyways. Bitch! Legally, you cannot touch that! Imagine beefing with a guy who's dead. It's really horrible what happened to Charlie, but I really need that money more than my children.
Erika Kirk was having an affair, which is why Charlie Cook took her out of the will. So allegedly, the story is that Erika Kirk was having an affair. Charlie hired a private investigator to kind of follow her and see what was going on. And then he took her out of the will. So Turning Point USA, all of the merch, none of that goes to her at all. It just goes to their 2 children. And boy, did they make a lot of money on that merch too. And mind you, he did this before he was assassinated. So I don't know, man. Some people are saying he found out kind of who Erika Kirk was, like who she really is. And that's why everything went downhill. Which is insane, because if you look at photos of them, you're like, that is the perfect marriage. That's the perfect life. They have 2 healthy, beautiful children. I mean, all their family photos look like this. So Erika supposedly starts screaming at the lawyers when she finds out that she was left with no money. But mind you, she was mad that Candace Owens allegedly was making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the assassination and everything going on, telling her side of the story, etc. But mind you, Erika Kirk said, and it was recorded, that this assassination was the event of a century. But the weird part, other than that statement itself, that was weird. The other weird part is she said, we could pull off the event of a century. That's weird. What do you mean we could pull it off? What do you mean?
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century.
Then talking about merch sales, like merchandise, this is what she said.
We had over 275,000 people. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales.
What? I know he left his will to his children, but I think he should have just given some to Candace Owens. I think that would have been funny.
Just this morning, Candace Owens released irrefutable evidence and documentation that Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk filed for a disillusionment of marriage 2 days before his assassination. There are actual text messages back and forth between Erika and Charlie discussing a separation of assets and how they are going to come out publicly and when the right timing is. In a dream. In a daydream. I actually just closed my eyes and imagined it. But apparently people coming to you in dreams and saying things is a foothold for like solid journalism in Candace Owens' world. Today she reported that Charlie Kirk came to her in a dream and said that he was betrayed. And apparently that is evidence enough for her to continue moving forward in her tirade of justice. So, close your eyes, have a daydream, and you just created journalistic evidence.
You guys may not think so, but I truly believe that Erika Kirk is a very dangerous person and is a major player in what is happening with the politics and the governance of this country currently. There's been audio release from a meeting that Erika Kirk was spearheading with Turning Point USA just shortly after the death of her husband.
I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people, and then you have, was it 100 million that heard the gospel and all about Charlie? I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But
talking about how much merch they sold, how many views they got, and just how well they're doing, spreading the word through Turning Point USA. It is a very interesting soundbite because not only does she not sound like she's grieving, she's giddy and joyful and laughing about it. You guys know by now I have been saying something is severely off with Erika Kirk and her whole messaging and what she represents in this country. But this audio from this meeting proves what I was saying, that this is not a grieving widow. This is a grifting widow. I truly believe that this government had a hand in taking Charlie Kirk out because he was actually calling for the Epstein files to come out. He was severely pro Second Amendment. Now, I don't think that they would have been able to do what they're doing now without fear of him using his platform that reaches hundreds of millions of people who are MAGA, who support the government, without making them question what this government is doing. Now, like I said before, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but between all of the jobs that Erika Kirk has had, her connection to the government and the former CIA director, the way she's been able to maneuver in these new spaces, and she's in with Trump, the fact that prior to his death, Charlie Kirk was calling for the Epstein files to come out. He was actually challenging the president on certain things. And we found numerous tweets and messages about him talking about the tyranny of the government and why the Second Amendment will be important for that. While this government is now taking away the First Amendment right, taking away the Second Amendment right, telling us they're not important. I think all of this is connected. I don't know. I think it's all connected by some way, and I think that it's fucking weird, and I think that it's strange, and I think that it matters because I think that they're using Turning Point USA to push the narrative of this president and the government and the subsequent presidencies they won. I saw a meme that had a picture of Trump, then Vance, then Hegseth, then Rubio as the president, and Turning Point USA under it. So I think she's very dangerous. I think Erika Kirk is very dangerous. I think she's a very dangerous person, and I think that anybody that doesn't understand what's happening or dive deeper into what's happening, we're going to be taken advantage of.
Imagine your husband being brutally assassinated and then you referring to his funeral as the event of the century.
I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane.
Remember when Erika Kirk went on Good Morning America and was talking about how Candace was profiting off of her husband's death?
But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
But here's the grieving widow, Erika Kirk, not even 2 weeks after burying her husband.
We had over 275,000 people. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy.
Erika Kirk and TPUSA are using Charlie Kirk's death to make hundreds of thousands, millions at this point. But yeah, they can't even afford to give some like grievance time to their employees. The employees would have to take paid time off if they want to take some time off to grieve. And mind you, Candace Owens has had a podcast for years, has had several followers and listeners on her podcast years before ever talking about Charlie Kirk. And you know what the difference is? She's not using his death. She's trying to get to the bottom of his death and what really happened. Let's just say it as we see it. Candace obviously cares a whole lot more than Erika. This post that Erika Kirk, well, Erika France at the time, and she reposted this, really aged well in this case. He asked me, what's your favorite position? I said CEO. This was from 2014. Honestly, this explains a lot. And you know what I'm saying.
So word on the street is that Erika Kirk is no longer in Charlie Kirk's will. Yeah, I don't know if it's true. This is what I heard. I took a little break off here and I did a little scrolling and judging, and that's what I came across. So can you all verify that in the comments? Also, when you get a chance, make sure you all take a look at Candace. I haven't been keeping up to this Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk shit. But she wrote a whole letter to Erika Kirk in which she read it. She read her. Let me correct that.
Dear Erika, I thought it best to do this publicly. I think public conversations keep everybody honest. And there are some things that certainly need to be clarified because sometimes the gap between the truth and the lie is what happens behind closed doors.
I'm talking about Eli Pope, Olivia Pope style. She read that woman. She read that woman for filth. I almost felt bad for her, but I watched the entire video. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all need a friend like Candace. I need my friends. If my friends don't fuck with me, like Candace is doing for Charlie Kirk, I don't want you as my friend. That lady has been talking about this man's death and all the stuff behind it since he died. This was in October. I took a break. I stopped listening to it because there's so much other stuff that's going on. She continues. Your friends don't go this hard for you. Let them go. Let them go. Man, Candace, girl, protect Candace Owens because she gonna need it after that letter. Dear Erika. That's how it started. Dear Erika, I'm not insinuating anything. I don't know what's true or what's not true anymore. Listen to the damn letter, okay? Listen to the damn letter. She's dropping names, dates, situations. She talking about astral projecting, third eye. Charlie used to run and lights would flicker. Things I wouldn't normally hear from a Christian. Check out the letter. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'll see you all next time.
Well, if you've watched to this end, thank you once again, and kindly feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and the share button, as this will go a long way in supporting my channel. Well, in today's episode, I'm touching on another viral issue that is currently taking the social media platform by storm, and this is the issue related to Erika Kirk, wife to the late Charlie Kirk, who met an unfortunate demise, that is back in last year in September. And again, he's making the news headline once again, with claims coming out that he had actually left his wife Erika Kirk out of his will, and was also planning for a divorce from her after finding out that she was secretly having an affair with another guy, that is despite of the fact that they were married throughout all this time. Well, what has actually added fire to this news is the fact that there are claims that Candace Owens actually came out to make claims about this fact, or this idea that Charlie Kirk had actually left his wife Erika Kirk out of his will. And by doing so, we have seen many individuals coming out to make news that Erika Kirk was finally leaving the marriage with nothing, and all the wealth that Charlie Kirk had accumulated, that is thanks to the Turning Point USA news broadcast platform that was owned by Charlie Kirk. It was unfortunate that Erika Kirk wasn't going to get anything, and all this wealth was actually going to be taken by his children. Well, there has been multiple claims about this news, and you're seeing that most major news outlets are claiming that these claims that Charlie Kirk left out his wife Erika Kirk of this will are unverifiable, and are just rumors that are being spread by various individuals for the likes of tarnishing the family's name. And you're seeing that most Americans are coming out to react to this, as you all understand that not everyone was always on Charlie Kirk's side. And even after his unfortunate loss of life, you're getting to see that there is actually a section of Americans, especially the liberals, who came out to celebrate his death. And so in today's episode, you're seeing that also these individuals are coming out to make claim that his wife, Erika Kirk, was actually cheating on him, and he had actually found out and left her out of his will, and also was planning for a divorce. And Candace Owens, whom we all understand that lately has always been on the negative side with relation to Erika Kirk, and we are seeing that she has been publicly open about how she feels about Erika Kirk. And this is especially related to the fact that she feels there are some very crucial information that is being hidden from the public, that is by Charlie Kirk's wife, Erika Kirk. And she feels that, considering the fact that she had a really close relationship with Charlie Kirk, this act of some important information being hidden from the public, that is by his wife Erika Kirk, doesn't sit well with her, and she has been constantly bashing Erika Kirk and making claims about how there has been mismanagement of funds, especially at the Turning Point USA institution. And you're getting to see that she has also made conspiracy theories about how Charlie Kirk was actually assassinated, and she believes that there are specific individuals at the Turning Point USA, with Erika Kirk being part of them, that took part in making or organizing for his unfortunate event. And so there have been news that have been constantly circulating around the social media, just as I had mentioned before. And after I did my brief research, I came to the realization that this news actually originated from a satirical news website known as the Bullnose News. And this specific satirical news outlet came with this news, and as you all can tell from the name, as a satirical way of trying to mock Charlie Kirk. And within no time, this specific news gained massive traction online, and you are seeing most individuals came out to take it blindly, believing that it was actually the real news that happened. However, looking deep down into it, you're noticing that there have been no verifiable evidence about all the claims that have been made by most individuals, as you've seen in this video. For example, there have been no public evidence about Charlie Kirk filing for divorce. As you all know, that most of these filings are always made available for the public, and there also have been no verifiable information about Charlie Kirk leaving out Erika Kirk of his will. As again, we get to notice that there has been no official communication from his family with regards to the reading of his will or how his wealth will be distributed among his family. And so most major social media or news outlets are coming out to claim that these news are unsubstantiated and unverifiable and is just mad with conspiracy theories and false claims that are actually aiming at tainting Charlie Kirk's legacy and not allowing his wife Erika Kirk to go on with her life after his passing. But you need to understand again, what actually makes this news to be viral is the fact that Candace Owen was involved. And as we all know, Candace Owen has always been vocal, and most of the news that she has given out with relation to the conspiracy theories have always been proved at one point or another. And so everyone is taking this with a pinch of salt, even despite of the fact that there has been no credible evidence with relation to these issues, that is filing of divorce or being left out of the will. And most Americans are believing that it's only a matter of time before the truth finally comes out, as they are believing that whatever is said always has some truth in one way or the other. And as it is commonly believed, or as it is commonly said, that there are three things that can never be forever hidden, and that is the sun, the moon, and the truth. And so it's just a matter of time before the truth comes out. And as it stands right now, most Americans are actually looking at it as a possibility, and it's just a matter of time before the truth finally comes out. Well, this again marks the end of this episode. Thank you for watching to this end, and kindly again don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the share button, and see you in the next episode.